All right, so Jonathan, give us a little bit of a taste of what it was like to be in Haiti during the earthquake.
The earthquake itself hit at about 4:53 in the afternoon on a very slow Tuesday, I think it was, January 12th. And I was at work in the AP house where I lived and where my office also was. And the earthquake obviously struck without warning, as earthquakes tend to do. I heard sort of a total cessation of sound, and then I felt a rumble, and then I felt quite a big shaking, and then essentially, long story short, the house started falling down around me. And I made the choices that I made. I decided not to try to jump off the balcony. I decided not to try to run down the stairs because the windows were falling in on top of it. I decided to stick on top of the floor instead of be under it if it had fallen, and as it happened, it didn't fall. After I made it out of the house, barefoot, I took stock of the situation. I ran up to the hotel near where we lived, and I was able to borrow a BlackBerry from an American who was talking on it, and I was able to call in the story to my desk in San Juan, Puerto Rico, which is the AP Caribbean desk. And after that, basically, it was a day full of, first we started running back into the house to get essential supplies that we were going to need to make it through the night. We loaded up my guy, co-worker, fixer, translator's Nissan Pathfinder, and we were driving all around town. We had to, do whatever we had to do to get around, siphon gas, drive across rubble. We would stop the car if I caught a Wi-Fi signal on my Mac and see if I could get through. Ultimately, I was able to get through after a number of hours when we found a sweet spot where the cell phones were working.
Now, we talked a lot about mental health in this panel, and how do you stay mentally fit
that was actually
with all this?
Vodka in the glass that I had up there. I didn't want to let anybody know. I'm going to sound like a reporter when I say this, but I guess honestly it's an open question. It's only been 3 months, 3 months exactly tomorrow. I feel okay. I know that some of my colleagues have been suffering, nightmares and a lot of things like that. As I said in the panel, I have become hyper aware of the movement of buildings whereas I wasn't before. I'm in a high-rise now, or I'm in a bodega in New York, and the subway goes by underneath, and I feel it, and nobody else does. Which I think is a sign of that kind of hyper-awareness that comes with something like PTSD. But honestly, and as I said there, I think the fact that I do have some prior experience with this, I'm just the sort of person that often rolls with this kind of stuff. This is what I chose as a profession, and it wasn't an accident. This is the sort of thing that I feel capable of doing. And I'm not a cowboy, and I don't think that I take undue risks, but I have been in a lot of dangerous situations before. I plan to be in dangerous situations again, and I think that maybe one is the worst at diagnosing their own mental health, but as far as I can tell, I'm feeling all right, and I think even my colleagues who've gone through quite a lot in this particular disaster, just about everybody, we're professionals. This is what we do.